this is the epitome of DMU Global. Go to another country, sample their culture, pick up a bit of the language, understand a bit about cultural diversity and bring that back yourselves back to the UK to make you a more rounded and better person. That's everything we want to achieve from this scheme. I look at Germany now and I look at Berlin, and it's one of the most impressive countries that I've ever visited. And I think there's an awful lot of things that we could learn from Germany. And I think our students can feel that as well.
I think one of the biggest questions about Berlin is kind of like, after reunification, how do you rebuild a capital?
It's one of the sites where we can really look at regeneration. It just allowed me to take in a lot more in terms of culture and take in a lot more in terms of understanding of how we design for different situations. And I'm hoping I'm able to be a bit more sensitive in my research and my approach and context.
We took our group of law students to learn about aspects of human rights and organisations that assist members of the public with human rights issues.
The session was specifically about what the Law Pro Bono Clinic deals with.
Visiting a session like this definitely was an eye-opener, and it was actually quite inspiring. You know, I feel more connected to fighting for immigration rights and fighting for, you know, asylum seekers.
So this trip is centered on the Holocaust, and we're exploring a lot of themes that come up in social psychology, in personality, and other areas of psychology in a real-world context.
You could never understand what people have gone through, but we're able to get a feel of the events that happen there.
And it feels like I have something that I need to do to make sure that never repeats itself again.
Everything hits you in a way, and you kind of take it back to your hotel and you think, you know what, wow, this is what these people went through. Everything that we did, all the events, are just amazing.
Berlin's a crucial place in contemporary international relations, obviously with Germany as a kind of big power in Europe, but for a long time, of course, it was a divided nation.
One thing that I learned that I didn't know was that the division between the East and the West were allowed to visit the East, but not vice versa. One side has so much freedom and the other side really just so restricted.
But with this trip and having seen what has happened, especially in Sachsenhausen, for instance, you'll see that we really need tolerance. You cannot bring about peace by creating divides. You still need to unite people irrespective of that.
I feel very lucky that I've had this experience to actually see it myself, and it just put everything into perspective when you're here.
So this morning we've been around the charity University Hospital. They've got a specialised research clinic in tinnitus, a very specific area of audiology that I'm very interested in.
The students got out of it the kind of benefit of seeing that additional science. So it's not a medical model, it's more of a psychology model.
I think it's meeting some of the experienced ENT consultants, physiotherapists, psychologists, and how they all work together, integrated.
This is Akenholt Observatory, which is one of the biggest observatory and telescope in Europe.
The thing that fascinates me is they used these kind of things, and they used these observations, and they came up with theories that were incredibly complicated but which were incredibly beautiful as well.
I've seen for myself, when you come to places like this, what you can actually do with science and doing it for real, and that's a unique experience for anyone.
My plan for after studying physics is to go into AR robotics. So at the Technical Museum that we went to yesterday, it was very interesting to see the development of robotics and technology.
At DMU we've had this initiative over the last few months to try and encourage more discussion and debate about contemporary and political issues.
It's just really interesting to see the drastic overturns, so like the different views and perspectives that they have.
Now we've just had the Be the Change #4 We had our expert panel, which included Sebastian Wood, the British ambassador to Berlin.
It suddenly clicked that we can make a difference and we can change. Having, the person that's pretty much head of your university, listening to students directly is amazing.
We now have a situation where if you go on a DMU Global trip, we obviously want you to have a fantastic time. We want you to learn about yourself, develop resilience, develop an independent attitude, but we also now provide academic opportunities that will liaise directly with your course programme.
It's been amazing, the experiences that we've had, the people that we've met.
I think it's great that the Montfort make global connections for its students. I feel like it's something that really gives us a bit of a competitive advantage.
I would say if you're thinking of applying to a DMU Global trip, just do it. Fill in the form, apply, make that plunge. You will not regret it.